right, hey everybody, John here with Kelly. We're gonna go through a movement pattern we like to call the Thoracic 3. So we're gonna have Kelly turn around for a second and show you what that basically means. When we say thoracic, that is our T-spine here, this midsection between her lumbar spine down here and her cervical spine. So see what happens if she doesn't move her head with this pattern as well. She gets really stiff and holds her breath, versus if she turns her head and uses her breath properly, she can get a lot more rotation there. So I'll show you in these patterns. Just want to show you kind of sitting up first what that means and why. So I have a lay on her side, and she's going to do the first part of the Thoracic 3, the book opener. So she's going to use her head, eyes, and breath to open up. So what that means is really good diaphragm, belly breaths where she's opening up, and she can just stop if she hits an end point. She could use something to brace herself, or I can cue her here too. Put my hand behind her and not let her open her hips, or basically cheat from that lumbar spine area. We want to get that more sensitive, more underappreciated, underutilized T-spine area. She can hold there and breathe into that a little bit more. She's fighting this as we're doing the exercise even here too. Eyes and breath and really looking over. So then we get to work our neck a little bit too. So another quick little variation, she could go here and she could have her eyes go this way and head, and then turn and breathe, move the head, disassociate that we call, where she's able to move her cervical spine, head, neck up here, and the thoracic spine, other parts just stay stable or neutral or whatever too. So a little variation there. So let's turn to the side and show another variation, or another part that is often done poorly and incorrectly kind of thing too. So she goes here. This could easily turn into her kind of dumping the rest of her hips and back. Let's really cheat this. See how her legs opened up here, and she's not really working this area. This is just going along with it. So she's moving everything together. We want to separate that and make, again, this area that tends to be tighter really work. And I can brace her here, and she can hang out, keep her shoulders down, breathe, turn her head and eyes. So a couple reps there done slowly usually works best. Again, we could hold and tease that out with some rotations. We could just work on breath there too. Really important, nice warm up. Could be in between sets, or could be a finisher too. So next one, we're gonna do a shoulder S. We're gonna work more the external and internal rotation here in this pattern. So she's gonna go over her head, make a big circle. She's gonna hit a sticking point. She's gonna kind of watch her hand as she comes over here, if she can, and she's gonna tuck her hand basically into her other back pocket over her side over here. Really reach back, or she could even reach up and try to come up this way a little bit too. Both of those kind of variations are good. Draws a big long circle. So let's turn to the side again, another 90-degree turn. You can see her really turn and draw like if she had chalk on her hands. She'd be drawing a very big circle, or basically the circle that she's able to draw. So again, trying to keep this neutral, trying to move from the thoracic spine while she's doing that rotation, and focusing on some good breaths at those end ranges, especially those sticky parts. She's drawing a big circle, usually up overhead. Here's another sticky spot too, so beware of that. Again, as little as a couple reps done well, done slowly, much better than going fast and rushing through all these. And again, this is attacking all the different parts of the shoulder and mid-back, everything really synergistically together. So the last one is just a little bit of a reach here. She can just reach out on this side, thinking about her shoulder blade gliding on her rib cage here. So she's really able to glide and work that as well. Get that shoulder blade moving well. So people think about the shoulder as just being that capsule, the ball and socket joint. It's also part of that is the scapula here, or scapulae, of the two scapulas doing their job together. So reaching out here, head and neck. She can have her head on a pad here too, to keep her head more neutral, especially if she has some neck issues. If she's just you know, training on her own and doing this as a nice little warm-up primer, or you know, outside or whatever too, it's not a big deal for most people. Again, if you do have head and neck issues, keep that spine in more a neutral position throughout the cervical spine, more through the lumbar spine too, where we're not twisting in any areas we don't want to be. So slow, reaching out, gliding as far as she can go without moving from other areas, and then coming back into that. So there you have it. There's our Thoracic 3 for you.